You're big time when you are going across the hallway. Straight to the view, this dude is going.
Well, first off, guys, though, why he trying to act like he don't know where he walking? Wait.
We're cutting now to what we're gonna do. The Cowboys cheerleaders are not actually here. Orlovsky's like,
Yeah, I was like, hey.
No, we're just gonna talk about the Cowboys real quick. Stephen A. has gone now to the View to talk something else. Huge game tonight, obviously Thursday Night Football. Cowboys and Lions in Detroit. Two teams both played a week ago on Thanksgiving. Dallas beat the Chiefs. Lions fell to the Packers. With the win tonight, the Cowboys would move to 7-5-1. ESPN Analytics would give them a 34% chance to make the playoffs. Ryan, a week ago today, you pushed your chips all in on the Cowboys. Listen to this.
They asked me what I thought about the Cowboys winning today, and I was like, if the Cowboys win today, they can run the table. Jared Goff hasn't been great this entire season, and the health on the back end has allowed this team to play much better defensively. They win a shootout there. Vikings, easy. They got J.J. McCarthy, enough said. Chargers, now that's a difficult game. People have been able to move the football on them in the recent weeks. So we're going to go with a win. Commanders, win. Giants, win. And so to me, I think that this team could easily run the table.
All right, that was our C's take. We'll let him see if he's still staying with that in a minute. Do you agree or disagree with him, Mina?
I do. I mean, you saw the schedule, right? Yeah. This is the only game where I think they've got it.
And they wonder why we dressed alike. They wonder why we dressed alike. Man, we look like a dope school picture.
We do really look alike. That was like the most tentative endorsement. I do. But I actually do. I mean, the schedule speaks for itself, right? Yep. This is the one. They've got to win tonight, obviously. But after that, Dan, honestly, Vikings, Chargers, Commanders, Giants, I don't see them losing any of those games. So it would really come down to tonight. And as we discussed earlier, I do think they've got the upper hand tonight.
Yeah. To Mina's point, tonight is a big deal because Detroit. So right now, you look at the playoff picture in the NFC and you go, okay, are they catching Chicago? Probably not. Also, Chicago holds the tiebreaker over them. They're not going to catch the Rams. They're not going to, and I think the Rams will win the division. They're not going to catch. They could catch Philly, but Philly would have to literally fall off the planet. And so it's like, can they catch Detroit and can they stay ahead of Carolina? And Carolina has the tiebreaker on them because of the loss as well. So, like, Detroit is the team that you're sitting there going, you're going to have to try and chase down Detroit. I don't think San Francisco falls off the map. I say no, and this is why, even though I think they're going to win tonight. One, I do think that they'll lose one of those games just because.
Which one? Walk me through.
Don't catch a hot Marcus Mariota. Don't catch a hot Marcus Mariota.
No, he actually,
that's
Marcus
real. He balled out.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like the Cowboys will find a way to blow the game that they shouldn't, type of thing. But it's more attached to the defense. There's been one team that has made the playoffs with a defense that has allowed more than 28 points per game. That's the 2000 Rams. Right now, this Dallas defense averages or gives up 29 a game. Now, have they played better?
The entire season.
They also gave up 28 last week.
To
the Chiefs, but they gave up 28 last week. Detroit's a good offense. And so, like, I just think because of the hole that they dug themselves, I don't think that they'll dig themselves out of it, even though I'm picking them tonight.
Well, but that's the thing, though. If they win tonight, they've essentially dug themselves out of that hole. Now they just have to hold on the rest of the season. And I feel the same way that Mina feels. I said it last week. I thought the Kansas City Chiefs game was that game because of Patrick Mahomes, because of Andy Reid, because they could just figure out a way that they're going to fight like hell, and they did. And you're talking about that the Cowboys are going to mess it up. We have to stop letting history dictate our present. This team feels different, right? We're talking about the 29 points per game, but that's with this defense being historically bad to start the season off from a roster standpoint and giving away Micah Parsons, but also from a health standpoint as we watch their health decline before the bye. And so with the trade deadline moves that they made for Quinnen Williams, for Logan Wilson, with some guys getting healthy on the back end, this isn't the same defense, and we know how prolific the offense is.
The game on the schedule that actually does give me some pause, assuming that they win tonight, because that's otherwise we're not.
Which one?
It's the Chargers. Because that defense structurally under Jesse Minter does the things you got to do. Stop this offense. A lot of quarters, put a shell on it, light boxes, dare them to run. I'm not saying they're going to win that game, but if there was one game on the schedule, Justin Herbert's health is a big part of that. Gives me a little bit of pause just because of the way that defense plays. I think they're a better fit.
Now, the thing that's scary about this team is, though, you look at all of these games the rest of the season, none of them are washes. None of them are just games that you say to yourself, the Dallas Cowboys can go in and dominate. So you will have those chances against the Chargers, to me, against the Commanders, against a defense from the Vikings and Brian Flores. Like, you're going to have to go out and win those games. I just do believe that this team right now is playing at a rate where they should be favored. And with some of the things I feel like Brian Schottenheimer's done from a leadership standpoint, I feel good about this team for the first time.
I mean, they would have to win 8 in a row to finish the season.
Yeah.
That's a big ask.
The 3 and 11 days just felt like such an uphill climb, and then I worry about the hangover. Like, I mean, that's all we've talked about. Then if they actually accomplish it, then they have to continue. It's just going to be tough.
I mean, nobody talks about your Bears.
Excuse me, we've been talking about it the last few days. What do you mean no one talks about it? That's all I've been talking about. Are you kidding me? All right, it's time for DraftKings Cover 3 Parlay. We've got 3 picks, all for tonight's game. We're going to talk about it later on. Dan, here you go. How dare you? You're going with George Pickens to have more than 80 receiving yards against that Lions defense. Why?
Yeah, one, because if the Lions are going to come out and play man coverage the way that the Lions want to play man coverage this year, when George Pickens is by himself versus man coverage, he has 27 catches for over 430 yards and 23 first downs. I think if the Lions come out and play man, that's a mistake.
Yeah.
But they have shown that's who they are. If they do it, George will have a big night.
You're rolling with Jameson Williams to have at least 6 receptions. Go ahead.
Yeah, for the Lions to pull this off, Jahmyr Gibbs has to go crazy, and Jameson Williams also has to go crazy. Amon-Ra St. Brown goes out of that game. He's the most targeted game of his entire career last week. ASB is still banged up. I think Jameson Williams is a good matchup for Detroit. Question is whether or not Jared Goff will have time to take advantage of it, but I think he'll feed him.
All right, I'm going with Dak Prescott to throw for over 270 yards tonight. I would have liked this number more at 250, but I'm going to roll with 270 because that Lions defense is banged up a little bit. I know they're on the road in Detroit, but I think Dak knows what he's up against. He leads the league or is tied for second in terms of passing yards. He can light it on fire. I just hope his receivers catch the ball. That's all I'm hoping for, so that we can get that over with 270 passing yards. So to recap, we are going with George Pickens to have at least 80 receiving yards, Jameson Williams to have at least 6 catches, and then Dak to throw for.
To just relax a little bit. No, we've been playing inconsistent football, that's for sure. We got to play better. But I have confidence in the leadership of the team. I have confidence in my guys, and that we're going to put a better performance on the field this weekend.
So that's old school Aaron channeling RELAX. Dan Orlovsky, should fans of the Steelers relax?
Absolutely not. We've heard this from Aaron for about 5 years right now. 2, this is an offense. They've taken DK Metcalf and made DK Metcalf Wes Welker. DK Metcalf, when he was with the Seattle Seahawks, it was every ball down the field, big play, 11 yards per catch or 11 yards per reception. Now it's like under 6. And I go to the Joey Bosa sack fumble of last week. We know Aaron has not wanted to hold the football, rightfully so. Start the second half, hold the football. Trying to make a play, all of a sudden, not only sack fumble, and he's hurt. Do we think that this is going to make Aaron more inclined to hold the ball, more inclined to try to take shots downfield with it? And so for a defense with Baltimore that's playing so good and a pass game right now that, no, will Adam Thielen impact it that much? But I think it's just they've taken this big play receiver and made him a slot possession guy, and it just doesn't mesh.
It's almost impossible for talent to outplay balance. And I think for a lot of fans of teams that want to invigorate their pass game, they say, let's go pay a receiver as much money as we can. But the problem that the Pittsburgh Steelers are having is the same problem we talked about before the season, which is you need a legitimate number 2. You need something to take pressure off of this guy, A, because that's what he's used to in Tyler Lockett in Seattle, and B, because, again, it makes the passing game very one-dimensional, which is just easy for defenses to take away.
Cowboys Nation. Tonight, we are walking into a moment that could completely rewrite the destiny of the Dallas Cowboys. Not just Week 14, not just a Thursday night under the lights. This is the turning point that legends talk about years later. The chapter fans remember as the moment everything changed. And nobody understands that better than the man who wants to find greatness in Dallas, Troy Aikman. Aikman didn't just speak today. He sent a message to the entire league. He said that if Dallas walks into Detroit and takes down the Lions, and if the Chargers manage to knock off the Philadelphia Eagles, then the Cowboys won't just be in the wild card race, they will be positioned to take over the NFC East. That's not a fan prediction. That's not media hype. That's one of the greatest quarterbacks in franchise history saying Dallas could shock the entire NFL before the weekend ends. And the best part? He's not wrong. This Cowboys team isn't limping into Week 14 hoping for survival. They are surging. Hottest team in the league outside of maybe Baltimore. Winners of 3 straight. An offense that suddenly looks unstoppable. A defense that, after the additions of Quinnen Williams and Logan Wilson, is playing with power, discipline, and attitude. And a quarterback in Dak Prescott who is playing some of the sharpest, most controlled football of his career. Every analyst on ESPN, NFL Network, and Sports Illustrated has said the same thing all week. Dallas doesn't look like the team that opened the year with a broken defense and identity crisis. This is a transformed roster, a revived locker room, and a coaching staff that has silenced critics by delivering results when it mattered most. Brian Schottenheimer has officially pulled this team out of chaos and into contention. The energy in the building is different. The body language, the communication, the balance on offense, the trust between Dak and his receivers. George Pickens becoming the star the Steelers never figured out how to maximize. CeeDee Lamb drawing double teams and still dominating. Javonte Williams giving Dallas the punch they needed in short yardage and red zone situations. This isn't false hope. This is momentum, and it is real. And Aikman knows exactly what this moment means. Because Dallas isn't just fighting for a postseason berth, they're fighting for a chance to storm into January as the hottest team in football. He even said the slow start might end up being a blessing. Why? Because if Dallas gets in, it means they did it by winning and winning and winning. And nobody wants to face a team entering the playoffs with 7 or 8 straight victories. Look around the NFC. Who looks unbeatable? The Eagles have fallen apart. The Lions are inconsistent and banged up. San Francisco is strong, but not invincible. The Rams just lost to Carolina. The Bears are overachieving, but still flawed. But Dallas? This team finally looks like it knows exactly what it is. And the schedule matters. After Detroit, the Cowboys finish with the Vikings, Chargers, Commanders, and Giants. Every single one of those games is winnable. Every one of them puts Dallas in position to stack wins, build confidence, and apply pressure on Philadelphia, pressure they have not felt in years. Meanwhile, the Eagles have Buffalo and a hungry Raiders team before facing Washington twice. If Philly slips just once and Dallas handles business, the division becomes a coin toss. If Philly slips twice, Dallas controls its fate. And that is why tonight matters so much. Because Troy Aikman didn't make a prediction casually. He has seen enough football to recognize when a team is turning into something dangerous. And right now, the Dallas Cowboys are becoming the one thing every NFC contender fears, a team getting hot at exactly the right time. This locker room believes again. This fan base believes again. And tonight, on Thursday Night Football with the entire nation watching, the Cowboys have the chance to announce to the league that this season is far from over and that the NFC East might belong to them once again. Cowboys Nation, how do you feel heading into this game? Do you believe Aikman is right? Do you believe Dallas can steal this division and shock the NFL? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you love this kind of breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and stay locked in with us here on Cowboys Nation Report. The fight isn't over, not even close. Dallas is coming.